Video we will be making one of the Sharpie pen knives. What you will need in this project is a hot glue gun, needle nose pliers, a file, a jigsaw blade, 2 Sharpies, one unused that you're going to make the knife out of, and another to mark on your blade, the shell of a pen, a source of fire, and some heavy scissors. Dismantle the Sharpie. Set the writing portion aside for it to dry out. We will need it later. Take the cap off. Once the cap is off, dispose of the ink cartridge. We have no further use for it. This is going to be the compartment for the blade, and this is where the blade's going to be held. Our next step is to take the pen capsule and shove it firmly into the tip. Once it's in there firmly, cut it off with the heavy scissors. It should look exactly like that. Once that's done, you will no longer need the scissors or the tube. Now we'll turn our attention to the Sawzall blade. We're going to be grinding off the extras so it can fit easily in the compartment right here. Since grinding will be very noisy and very flashy and hard to use, I will not be filming any of the grinding, but I will show you step by step. Start by grinding off all the extras for the blade until it can fit, within reason, this part. Now that the blade's been grinded down to where it will roughly fit in here, all we need to do now is grind the blade down so it will fit in the other end of the Sharpie. What we also need to do is grind it down more so it will not touch the end of this, because then it just won't fit. Since it will be melted down into here, we won't need to do that, but if your jigsaw blade is longer than the one I was using, you will need to cut it down a bit. I also recommend sawing off the 2 teeth blades here, just for a nice, good tip. So, that is what I will be doing now. A lot of grinding, it is finally the size and shape we need. The only thing left to do is sharpen the blade, which is done by using the grinder to get the edge you want on both sides, and then fine-tuning it with your file. So, that's what I'm going to do now, is sharpen it. Now that it is sharp and has an edge, we will place it back into the Sharpie, which will be the handle of it. To do this, we need to heat this until it is hot enough to melt the plastic as it goes in. Immediately insert it in afterwards. It will melt into the pen tube. It'll melt into the pen tube after you're done heating it. And due to a camera malfunction, I couldn't show you that part because the phone shut off for some reason. Anyway, after it's done melted in, rinse it in cold water so it stops melting and cools off and you can work with it again. Be sure not to touch the blade with your hands during any portion of this time so you don't get burned. We'll be inserting the writing piece again, but as it is right now, it is too long to fit easily into the Sharpie. So what we need to do is cut it down. Good enough. Now just push it back into place. There you go. Your hot glue gun, glue the inside right here just by placing it in and pulling the trigger. Glue until hot glue squirts up around the corners. And then let it dry. After the glue is dry, just pull away the extra. And just like that, it is finally done. All you need to do now is sharpen it with your file, sharpen it with a whetstone, however you wish to sharpen it. The only thing left to do now is for use, put it in backwards so it is a tight fit. Then you have it as a handle, a little tube, and all you have to do is pull it out, push it in very firmly, put the lid on, and it looks just like a normal Sharpie. These things are hard to pull out. I don't recommend using your teeth to pull them out because it'll deform this and it'll make it look more suspicious than it would normally, which isn't really that much, and that's the whole point of doing it. So, thank you for watching. This is my first how-to video, and I hope it wasn't too unbearable. I hope you find it useful. Thank you, and have a nice day. Have a nice day, damn it! The fuck isn't it?